Hey, let's talk about some soccer. So, if you don't know, alongside the Gold Cup and the FIFA Club World Cup, the MLS and the USL are still playing regular fixtures, and I think we ought to talk about it. Here are my thoughts on the MLS continuing to play with two major tournaments going along simultaneously. First observation, I don't know if I get it. I mean, I understand that this is the regular season for the MLS, and of course, you're not going to stop the season just because the Gold Cup is going on and the FIFA Club World Cup is going on. But it really makes you wonder why they haven't switched to the schedule that the rest of the world goes on. They would be finishing in May. And then they'd be on break, and the teams that could participate in these tournaments and the players, they would be on the same schedule as everyone else. It just seems kind of silly that we're supposed to take MLS games really seriously when we know that the games we are really interested in right now are the FIFA Club World Cup and then the U.S. national team playing in the Gold Cup. All right, my second takeaway. Is this a good thing that the MLS is going on with these other tournaments? I personally, at first thought, I don't think it's a good idea, but I think there has to be a silver lining. So let's say we're getting bombarded and saturated. Someone who's not really into soccer that much, they're seeing that there's FIFA Club World Cup, there's Gold Cup going on, there's all types of stuff going on, and then they see their local team in Columbus or San Diego or wherever, they have a game going on and the tickets are available and they might want to go out and see soccer in person. Maybe that's a way to draw in, casual fans that have never been to a soccer game. Maybe they can't pay the prices of the Gold Cup or, God forbid, the FIFA World Cup, but maybe they can afford to go to their local MLS team, or maybe they can go to the local USL team. So maybe the byproduct of oversaturating the market this summer is that it might make people that otherwise wouldn't be interested in going to a soccer game, maybe they are interested and they find out they have a local club. My third takeaway. I think if you are following the MLS still, like I am, I'm doing my best to keep up with all three competitions, 4 if you count the USL, and 5 if you count the NWSL, which I'll have to make a video on because the NWSL deserves a video all by itself to discuss what I think is working and what I think isn't. But let's talk about if you are following the MLS or trying to, like I am, during this really busy summer. I think it's so easy to forget that it's going on, but if you do get a chance to even catch the highlights, you'll be treated to some gems and you'll be reminded how far the league has come in the last 25 years. I remember when games were almost unwatchable, but you put them on because you wanted the viewership or the numbers to feed into the data to show that there are people that want to watch this. And eventually, and I hope a lot of people like me would put the games on, even if they really couldn't get into them, just hoping that it would show them that there is a market for it and we do want to see these games, and just promise to make them better year after year, which they have. So I had a chance to catch the highlights from the LA Galaxy and St. Louis games. I try to always catch highlights from LAFC, LA Galaxy, Inter Miami, and anyone else that I can keep up with, if not every single team in the league, just because I love it. And I was actually blown away by how fun this game was. There's a new number 9 at LA Galaxy named Nascimento. Marco Royce had a really nice layoff to him, and he gets on the score sheet with a nice tidy finish. But the standout performance for me was Joao KLAUSE from St. Louis. This man scored a hat trick, and it wasn't just like tapping it in, bounced off my head, or a penalty kick. This guy scored 3 amazing goals, like worldies. I challenge you and I urge you to look up the highlights from St. Louis, LA Galaxy, and tell me any goalie anywhere in the world would have saved any one of his goals. Any goalie at the Gold Cup, any goalie in the FIFA Club World Cup, any goalie in the Champions League. I don't think anyone would have saved any of these goals. So I think if you are still keeping up with the MLS during this busy summer, it's totally worth it, and I encourage you to do so. All right, talk to you soon.